Hi guys, so today I am bringing you the comic video that I talked about in my last video. It's pretty much kind of a haul video, just because I just got into comics and reading comics, so I had to buy a lot to kind of get caught up. I am only going to be showing you, in most cases, the first issue of a series that I'm reading, but I will talk about it a little bit, and hopefully this will be a good entry point for people who are kind of nervous about comics but are, you know, watching the Marvel films, watching S.H.I.E.L.D. and kind of want to get into it, because a lot of what I read is actually, I think pretty much everything that I have is Marvel. But yeah, so let's get into it. One of the first ones I picked up was Spider-Woman, sorry, and this is the first issue. I think there's like 7 issues in this. And this takes place during the Spider-Verse series, the beginning of this. And it's based on, the main character is Jessica Drew, and she is Spider-Woman. She got her spider powers, I think through experimentation and blood transfusions, if I understand correctly from this. I'm not an expert on comics, by the way, guys. I just kind of am a really big enthusiast. So I read all 7 issues. The main plot points of the first, 4 or 5 are the Spider-Verse ones, and it even says Spider-Verse on them. Sorry, this is weirdly shiny. I keep it in my protective wrapping. Deal with the Spider-Verse and trying to protect Silk, who you see in the bottom there, which is another one that I picked up. Basically, I'm a little bit crazy about Spider-Woman right now. Silk is... There's only 3 issues in this, so if you want to get started in this is fantastic. It's based on Cindy Moon, who is yay representation. She is Asian American, which is fantastic. I always like seeing, you know, good representation and diversity in comics. She is not my favorite of the Spider Ladies. I have to save that one for another one. I think Jessica Drew was definitely my second favorite and Cindy Moon's my third. Mind you, there's only 3. But I still really like her story. But basically, she was locked in a bunker for 10 years and comes out and has all the spider powers. She was bitten by the same spider as Peter Parker on the same day, just right after him. So the things I find a little bit problematic about her is that she doesn't really seem to be showing a lot of PTSD, and when you're isolated from everyone for 10 years, I would assume you would be showing some PTSD. I read a great post on Tumblr as to why she's kind of a problematic character. Also, she has this weird spider mojo thing going on with Peter Parker, and that every time they're near each other they just want to get it on, and I'm a little squicky on that. So, but it is definitely a really accessible one. She's really fun. She makes references like, is Pokemon still a thing? Asking for a friend, because she's been locked in a bunker for 10 years, so that's pretty great. And then the final Spider Lady, who is my favorite, is Spider-Gwen. This is alternate universe, and basically Spider-Gwen is, in this universe, the only spider person. The Peter Parker in this universe actually kind of is a little bit like an Uncle Ben figure slash the Lizard. He experiments on himself to try and become more like Spider-Gwen, and she's called Spider-Woman in the series, but the series is called Spider-Gwen. It's fantastic. The art is amazing. Her costume is just stunning. So these are the 3 Spider ones that I've been into. I really, really like them. I think Spider-Gwen's definitely my favorite. I really enjoyed Jessica Drew because she's kind of got this whole, I don't want to be an Avenger anymore, I'm just going to fight crime, and that's really cool. And Cindy Moon's really funny, so I'm going to keep these on my pull list. To those of you who are new to comics, pull lists are when you go into a comic book store and you set up a list of comics that when they come out, they will pull them for you and put them in a file so you don't have to worry about missing any of the series you're reading. So the next one that I am reading is the new Thor imprint. This is actually number 7 because I am waiting for the trade paperback. I read most of these issues online to get caught up, the first 5 are coming out in trade paperback at the end of the month. So it's a really good place to start. This is the one where Thor Odinson is no longer worthy of Mjolnir. I may have mispronounced that, but his hammer. And so a woman picks up his hammer and becomes Thor. Odinson gives up the name of Thor and gives it to her. So she is fully Thor. She is not Lady Thor. She is amazing. Oh my god, guys. The artwork in this is just stunning. I'm gonna take this out. I don't know if this is the best example, but it's let me find a good panel to show you. I don't think this is the best issue. but it is rather fantastic. She looks like that. That's like the cover of the first issue. I'm really liking this series so much more than I thought I would. I like Thor. I love Thor in the movies. So this is a really good entry point if you're into the movies because it's completely redoing the character. Another one, if you're into like TV series and stuff, is Operation SIN or Operation Sin. This is the Peggy Carter story, except in this she's a blonde, which is a little bit weird. I'm so used to her portrayal in the Agent Carter series and in Captain America, the first one. But this is really great. I have the first 2 issues of this and I have the 3rd one on order. My friend picked up the 4th and 5th. And it's only a 5-series run, so that's really great. If you like 1940s, 1950s spy stuff, check it out. Also check out the Peggy Carter or Agent Carter TV series. So good, and it just got renewed. Another one that I started that I'm not in love with this, but it's kind of changing the whole Marvel universe, and that is Secret Wars. This is the first one. I also got the prelude for Free Comic Book Day. There's only 8 of them, so I'm going to be getting all of them just because it kind of ties into everything, and it's going to be changing the future of like the Marvel universe, so I might as well. This is a really good one to get into. It's being published twice monthly, and I think there's only 8 issues, so it'll be done in August. Next up are a couple of trades, and I'm missing one, so I'm going to talk about it without it being here. I hopefully will be able to put a picture in. I'm still getting used to using iMovie, but that is Miss Marvel, which is fantastic. Camilla, oh god, and I don't have it with me so I can't look up her name, but it's fantastic. She is a Muslim superhero, and that is just amazing. I have the first 2 trade paperbacks of that, and it's one that I'm going to be only buying in trade paperback instead of in individual copies, just because I didn't get into it until it was a little bit later on, so I might as well just keep up with waiting for it. The first issue I read ages ago, and I think I actually reviewed on this channel. I didn't quite love it as much. It took a bit to get into, but I just got the second one and I've lent them to a friend, which is why I don't have them. And honestly, it is amazing. I absolutely love it now. Definitely give it a chance. It took about individual issues, about 6 or 7 for me to get fully into it. I'm guessing, judging on the trade paperbacks, because the trade paperbacks are about 5 issues each, so yeah, definitely check out Miss Marvel. Leading into that, Captain Marvel. I have the first 2 trade paperbacks of Captain Marvel, aka Carol Danvers. I really enjoy her. I've only read the first one. I haven't read the second one yet. I'm kind of saving it because I kind of went on a huge binge of all these comics. And I really, really enjoy Captain Marvel. This also deals with Guardians of the Galaxy. She kind of gets bored of her life on Earth and goes off into space because she can, because she's Captain Marvel. She's a pilot, huge feminist. It's fantastic. Definitely check it out. They also have a new series coming out called Captain Marvel and the Carol Corps, which I have on pre-order, which I'm really excited to come out. Last up, or not last up, second last up, I have Black Widow, the second bind up. I read the first one, I borrowed it off of a friend, so I don't have it, so you guys are seeing the second one. The art in this is just stunning. It's beautiful. It tells kind of the story of Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, trying to make amends for her life of, you know, assassination and stuff. So it's really interesting. It gives you a whole different perspective to Black Widow. Definitely recommend this. Check it out in trade paperback because it's always cheaper to buy the trades. Another 2 that I don't have with me are Rat Queens, which I had the first volume of, and that's a fantasy one, and that's fantastic. I don't have it because I've lent it to a friend, and it's really, really good. The artwork's really great. It's a little bit crass. That was one of the things that definitely was a drawback for me because, I don't know, I'm not, in my personal life, I don't swear a lot, so when I read it, even in like literature or in comics or in movies and stuff, I find it really jarring because to me, that's not how I speak. So when I see it presented in front of me, it tends to lift me out of the story so I don't get as involved. But the second issue just came out and I'm going to be checking that out. I also have the first 2 issues of Saga, which is a science fiction fantasy one, and that is really fantastic. Everybody's talked about that, so I'm not giving any talk about that. And the final one I have is the Star Wars Princess Leia. This is only, I think it's only like 5 issues long. I have the first 3. And guys, the artwork on this, it's just stunning. And it's Princess Leia after the events of the first movie, episode 4, A New Hope. And in between the 4th and 5th movies. And it's her basically dealing with the fact that the planet she grew up on and the planet she called home has been completely destroyed, and it is fantastic. The artwork is stunning. Leia is just basically a badass. Like, look at this. Look at this. Also, there's an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ad on the other page, which check out Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that's fantastic as well. But yeah, so those are the comics I am currently reading. There's a few that I'm looking forward to coming out. The new Groot series that's coming out in a month, I'm really looking forward to that. The new Black Canary series that's coming out, I've put in a pre-order for that. A bunch of other stuff. Also, Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, I only have these in digital copy, which breaks my heart. I can't find them in physical copy, but I'll be totally buying the trade as soon as they come out. It is hilarious. It is amazing. Definitely check it out. You'll notice there's a little bit of a trend in my comic reading that they're mostly female driven and female-led comics. I like reading, you know, I like reading about female superheroes. That is kind of my jam. But yeah, so I will be doing another wrap-up next month. I'll be telling you what's on my pull list and so on and so forth. And I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye.